Okay, I'm freaked out. Oh my god, it's just happened again.
Who is more indecisive?
You just come downstairs. Oh my god!
Oh my god. Yeah. Wait, hang on.
We are back! Okay, so I'm going to have my phone available to me because I'm going to just read through some of the comments on that video and try and kind of explain a few things or dispel a few things or even agree with a few things. Let's go.
So that video, you were home alone, weren't you? I was out, Lainey was alone, and the cupboard door mystically opened on its own. Now, this video came in 2 parts. So you caught it once, then you switched it off, and then you caught it again.
Yeah.
So it happened twice, within the space of maybe a minute.
Now,
And then, oh sorry, go on.
Now this video shows the cupboard door swinging open, as you'll have seen. I usually have, like, things wedged in that cupboard to stop it from opening up on its own. Those things, I didn't move them. You didn't move them. It's just a bit of card. It's actually a label from a Gymshark outfit, but it was like the perfect wedge. Gone, disappeared. We haven't seen it since. We don't know. It was in there for a long time, like months, because that cupboard would open on its own. And the reason that I didn't notice that, well, I didn't notice that it was gone until the door started to open up on its own again. I happened to have my phone on me. It wasn't a windy day. A lot of people claimed that it was.
Also, there is a magnet actually in the door, so that there's a handle, but it's not like a turny handle. It's literally just one that you use to pull and open the door. And there's a magnet on the inside which helps it to stay shut, which is quite a strong magnet, I'd say. Like, you have to give it a bit of force to get it open.
So there was a comment about the door handle turning. Now it's just a static door handle. It can't turn.
You can't twist it.
It's just like the handle of a drawer sort of thing, or like a kitchen cupboard sort of handle. There's no twist on it. So somebody tried to say that it had been twisted on the inside. There's nothing on the inside to pull it open or shut. It's just a handle on the outside. So that's
another one was that people claimed that there was actually someone in there. Now, when you watch the video, when you first go in, there is a brown boot just by the door.
Yeah.
Now that's obviously a boot. That cupboard is used to store boots, bags. Well, it's your boots, isn't it? Like winter
I've just
boots.
put my winter stuff in there, and there's some boxes that I've got some paint in, like household paint for if you wanted to do some touch-ups. It's literally just store cupboard, but not big enough for somebody to fit into.
Honestly, we know this because when there's stuff at the back, it is an absolute pain in the arse to try and get in there to get it because you cannot fit.
Yeah.
It's not wide enough to fit a person.
I think what we'll do is we'll insert a video, if we haven't already, and you can see what we're saying.
Right guys, as you can see, this is the infamous cupboard. Alright, this is the one that opens on its own. As you can see, we've taken a bit of advice from our comments and moved this bedside table, put it in the way. So we'll just quickly move it out of the way. As you can see, this is not a twisty knob. Right, you have to give it a pull. And this is all that is inside of this cupboard. Alright, it is barely big enough to fit what we've got in here, let alone a full-size person. Also, this is the infamous boot that everyone thinks is a person, but there is no people, or are no people in here. There could not have fitted anyone in here. So yeah, that's that.
Everybody made Coraline comments. I love that. Oh, some people claimed that it was the boot, one of my boots that was leaning against the door that was pushing it open all the time. Now that door, the boot is too far into the cupboard. It's not leaning enough on the door. Also, it's leaning on the hinge side of the door, if you want to call it leaning, which would then mean it would need more force to push it open. A few comments have said that they can see somebody hiding in there, but they cannot. There was nobody in there, but that cracks me up. I think it's hilarious. Like, people are like, duh, I can see someone in there, and I'm like, no you can't, because there wasn't.
In all fairness, the cupboard hasn't been touched since this video was made. We haven't moved anything, we haven't put anything in or taken anything So, when we go upstairs in a minute, we'll go and like have a little look in the cupboard. You'll see everything as it was in that video. So you'll see that there's no one in there, because otherwise, if there was someone in there, like they would have been in there for weeks.
Yeah.
So
another claim was that the windows, it would have been open around the house, and that would have caused that to open. It would have created some air pressure, and it would have created a draft. There were no windows open that day around the house because it was a cold day. The window, a breeze coming in through the eaves. We've got all insulation now. That was actually something that had been corrected in the house. What else was there?
I think that's the crux of
Yeah,
it, really.
pretty
Like,
much.
a lot of people thought it was a draft, not a draft. A lot of people thought it was a person, not
No.
a person.
Quick disclaimer, we're not asking anybody to believe us.
Of course.
Everybody can have their own like opinions. We're not asking anybody to believe or disbelieve us. If you don't believe us, that's fine, it's your choice. We're not gonna give you negativity for that. If you want to leave us a negative comment and use up your energy, go for it, but we're probably just going to laugh about it. We're just sharing our story, and this story to us is real, and that's that.
Obviously, back then, what we tried to do was dispel as much of the naysaying comments as possible. We quickly came to realise that that was actually impossible, but seeing as this was our first kind of taste of this kind of video, we realised that we wanted to kind of dispel anything that people had said that we had done with it. And we quickly learned that no matter how hard we tried to do that, people were still going to have things to say about it. So we very quickly kind of ended that, but we always wanted to try and debunk the debunkers before they could have an attempt to debunk, if that makes sense. And that's kind of how we always went about it. Now, in hindsight, this activity with the cupboard door went on and on and on. It didn't stop. The cupboard door was a recurring thing within our house. It always happened right up until the day we left. Even the day that we did leave, we did a live stream up in that when the entire house was empty, and that cupboard door still blew open on its own, which was absolutely, it was incredible. It was truly incredible, and actually that's where it started, and it was quite nice to see that that's also how it ended.
The next one was a draw. So at this point, we were making a TikTok where you have to close your eyes, and then someone asks questions. Like, it's just a pre-recorded thing, and then with your eyes shut, you point to the person so you don't see the other person's answers. Now, we were going to upload this, obviously, just as this TikTok, but when we went to uploading it, we watched it through, and we noticed that the drawer opened behind us.
But we didn't realise it had even happened. This video had gone into our drafts. But then there were other things that people noticed, which was really intriguing actually.
Yeah, so when we uploaded it, we only noticed the drawer, but when obviously people have watched it back quite a few times, this has had quite a few thousand views, and they noticed that just before the drawer opens, they're like so you can see the TV in the background, and there's a bit of a dimming on the TV, and it looks like there's a shadowy figure.
The other thing was that your t-shirt.
Yes, so
I didn't notice this either.
yeah,
It's
so
really interesting.
shortly after the drawer opens, my t-shirt flickers down the bottom.
It
Now
kind of like, it's almost like it
it
kind
gets
of
like tugged.
or unfolds or something.
Yeah, so I didn't feel it get tugged. I didn't feel anything get tugged, which is
watching
really
it now.
really strange, because you would have thought I did feel that.
Someone has said, right, what's going on with Ben's top? Has this been recorded in parts and cleverly edited together? I'm just trying to make sense of it. The answer simply is no. That is a single take, one push on the button to record the TikTok, and like we say, we didn't even realise that was there until some people pointed it out to us. What was it, cleverly recorded? If it was cleverly edited together, like I wouldn't even know where to begin with editing something so smoothly.
I remember this distinctly. This was one of the first chilling paranormal encounters that we truly had, and it was terrifying because it was terrifying because it was the first time where it wasn't just our surroundings that were being manipulated, it was clothing as well. And for it to come that close and for it to be so in the personal space was a chilling experience and horrifying, to say the least.
Hang on, I need to calm down.
So do I.
I thought we were being burgled.
So did I.
It's worse.
I'd rather be burgled.
Me too. Sunday morning, we were just chilling out upstairs in bed and we just heard loads of noise. Oh look, there's a fork on the floor.
Look at the state of the place.
And this is what we come down to.
Look, covered in an absolute fucking shit state.
Hang on, I'm just gonna... Oh my god. Did you see that? Oh my god!
Fuck off!
Better not getting out of here.
Now this one is quite probably the most dramatic thing we've ever managed to catch.
And
So just a bit of
There's a lot going on in it, yeah.
So just a bit of backstory on it. We were upstairs in bed. It's a Sunday morning. We were just chilling. There was a big bang. We came downstairs to find so you could see that the cupboard doors were open, the stuff on the floor, the drawers were open, and we wondered what it was. Very dramatically, the chair pulls out. Now, there was one person that commented saying, "Oh, how come you managed to conveniently have your camera pointed on the chair?" Just to debunk that one, really, you can hear that the chair moves once, so we pan over to the chair, obviously because it's just moved, and then it moves again. So it's not that we're conveniently looking at the chair, it's that it's already moved, so we're looking at it, that's our focus, and then it's moved again. At that point, I'm freaking the fuck out, I'm out of here.
Somebody said she moved the chair with her foot. This is so staged. Now, I did... Nope. I did not move the chair with my foot. I think if you were to look at the video, you'd probably see it.
Yeah, well, you're quite far from the chair.
I was too far away from the chair to be able to reach it from the position that I was stood in when I was recording. Then there's another person said there was somebody under the table. So, and that's really annoying. I wish
we'd showed under
But
the table.
who thinks, right, we need to do a massive scan of everywhere in the room while this is going on? 'Cause
Yeah.
that would it.
No, like that was
So
quite a scary
you can
thing.
kind of see the bar under the table. There's kind of like a crossbar under the table. It's a table that folds like up to fit more people around it. In the kitchen, it's just tucked away.
Again, this was something that became more frequent in our lives and we weren't at all prepared for it. And we weren't prepared for it in the moment either. I remember us having conversations afterwards and I completely agree with what we were saying back then as well, with it being quite dramatic. And it truly was dramatic at the time because it was one of the first times where, you know, we'd have the odd thing, but to have a chair which was quite big in comparison to all the other things that had gone on, it was a big thing. And for it to be so almost audacious, you know, kind of in your face with it. And I do agree with what we said in the past. Obviously, you can see that Lainey was too far away and I was too far away from the chair to be able to manipulate it with our feet. And actually, looking at the footage again and watching it back, you can hear the stress in our voices because we've never experienced anything like this. And it truly was, I remember it being quite a stressful situation for both of us. And we weren't prepared for it then. And to be honest, we're still not prepared for it now when it happens. So I think that's something that's never actually changed, no matter how exposed we've been to it.
stairs to this. That's...
Who the? What the?
the hell? How did that happen? How could that have happened?
You've got the legs caved in, but they're
Yeah,
firm
but this
tight.
is...
Look.
Oh my god. Straight now. Wait, what?
I have to loosen it.
How has that happened?
Even then it's firm. What the fuck?
Oh,
Stupid lamp.
more spooky shit that's happening in our house.
Now that lamp stood there for a very, very long time. It's really sturdy. The lamp doesn't get adjusted because why would we need it to? It's in place. Twice in a week, bear in mind it stood there for months and months, it folded in
Yeah, so
and
once
collapsed on itself.
we heard it and we decided again to document it, just like the whole cupboard incident.
We were upstairs
We
again.
were upstairs,
Yeah.
and the second time, conveniently, was on a live. So a lot of people
Yeah,
did
that's
actually
good.
see it with us, witness it happen.
And the second time it happened
It
was
quite-
really annoying because it went with such force that it actually bent the lamp, the wire
the
of
lamp
the
shade.
shade. But I'm glad that it happened again on the second live,
Yeah,
because people could see it in
Yeah.
real time that it was.
it showed a bit of credibility to what we were trying to say, really.
Yeah.
So again, I agree with everything that we said back then. Nothing really changed. We were quite fortunate to be able to capture this on a live stream as well, like we said in the video, because for us to just walk into a room, and a lot of people did say, you know, it's quite convenient that you just walked into a room and it's magically happened. But for us, we were trying to document anything and everything, even if it didn't happen on camera. We'd be like, look, this has happened. What do you make of it? And that's how we plan to kind of move forward with things as well, not just kind of focusing on the things that did happen. Bear in mind, back in this point, we'd only just started, so we didn't have the CCTV cameras in the house. We didn't have all that stuff set up. So we were relying on ourselves and our phones to try and capture things. That's why everything you're seeing in this video is handheld, because, like I say, we didn't have the CCTV available to us. So to capture it in a live just kind of backed up what we were saying in this video. That door just opened on its own.
I saw it as well.
What are you going to do about it? Because I'm not dealing with it.
Why do I always have to be the one? Like, it's like I'm the sacrificial lamb.
Literally? Well, I don't want to have to be the one to deal with it.
Oh!
Oh my god.
Did you get that?
Yeah? Wait, hang on.
You're gonna have to show in the cupboard now, because people think that we're like bullshitting.
Right, look. Nobody in here. Nobody underneath anything here. Look, looking around here. Nobody. Nobody.
Yeah,
Nobody.
They've gone through the door.
Only gone through the door. No.
Brilliant. Show everyone the toilet. That's great.
Moving
I
on.
think the next one is the last one that happened.
Yeah, that's the most recent one that we've posted.
So basically, we were both sat on the sofa. To give a bit of context, I was sat on one side, Lainey was sat on the other.
On our phones.
On our phones. So I was sat. I think we'd just got in from work, really, hadn't we? So maybe I'd been home for about 10 minutes, sat on my phone, chilling, and then I saw out of the corner of my eye the door for the cupboard open. Now the door was on the latch, so something had to pull the handle down and open it. So I watched it open, and I thought, right, that's very strange. I'm going to get my camera and I'm going to document it because,
As we've said before, we're trying to catch this.
we're trying to catch it.
I also saw it move, so from my position, out of the corner of my eye, I noticed the movement and heard the handle move.
Yeah.
So I kind of just stopped and looked over, and then you'll see the video kind of pick up from where they're going, that door just moved, and I was still watching it thinking, is it going to move again?
Yeah.
Is it going to open again, is what I was thinking.
So it
shut on its own.
Now, there was a bit of criticism, wasn't there, saying like, oh, it's convenient that you were watching the door. Well, obviously, I'm watching the door. That's what has just moved.
And we're trying to document it.
There is no way that I'm going to look at the other side of the room when the door's the thing that's just opened.
Exactly. Someone said about string. I don't even...
It,
You would surely be able to see string.
But we showed as well. We showed in there. You would have seen the string. Oh, also, people kept complaining about the toilet seat being up. I'm a bloke. I'm sorry.
Drives me insane.
That's all I have to say about it. I am sorry. I leave the toilet seat up. I'd rather it was left up than make a mess and have to deal with that later. All right.
Nothing more to really add to this other than this again becomes a very prevalent thing in our lives looking back on it, because this is something that's documented quite regularly on our channel, and as we start uploading the latter videos to this channel, you're going to see more and more that this is something that continuously happens to us. And again, going back to the whole CCTV thing, if we had a camera in there, you would have seen the door open, but because we weren't prepared for it, like we just said, we've both just come in from work and we were just both sat there, all we could rely on is being who was the first to pick up their phone and try and record it as soon as it opened. And me having my phone in my hand already, I quickly switched to my camera, explained that door's just opened, I'm not dealing with it, sent Lainey over, which ironically got me a lot of criticism as well. and sent her off to try and close the door. So that is the first video, our first ever paranormal video that we uploaded to our main Lainey and Ben channel, and is actually now the first video uploaded to this channel. It's interesting to see how we reacted to the paranormal activity even back then. You can kind of tell that there's a lot of naivety around this subject. There's a lot of I don't know, a lot of us trying to disprove what people were trying to say about us and what they were trying to say about the things that we'd captured and uploaded. You're going to really realise as we go later on in the videos that that's something that we tried to stop, because it wasn't getting us anywhere. And no matter how hard we shouted, other people shouted a lot louder than us even after that. So we were fighting a losing battle. But I hope that you guys have enjoyed this first video to the Haunted Files. I know that I have, and I'm looking forward to going back over more of our older content to take a little look. But if you have enjoyed, be sure to get down there, jump scare the hell out of that like button so I know that you're enjoying this content. Subscribe to this channel if you are new. We are on the road to 1,000 subscribers before the end of the new year. Before the end of this year. Can we make it? And tickle my little bell so you get notified whenever we upload to this channel. And until next time, guys, stay spooky, and we'll spook to you later. Peace.